Hello. Now what we're going to be talking about today is dripping taps. Obviously the main solution for the main problem for dripping taps is having to replace the washer inside the tap here. In principle it should be a very simple job, but you can run into difficulties. So firstly you turn the water off. Secondly you drain the water from the system by turning the tap on. Now this is where you can run into a difficulty, in that you have to remove the headgear here, which is usually very tightly set inside the tap, and in fact so tight that when you try to actually rotate the nut here, this nut here, you'll end up spinning the tap around and it's fixing a hole, and this can cause one or two things. Firstly, it can disturb the leak, the connection underneath here, tap connector, and cause a leak. Or worse still, on an old type Victorian type sink, these taps are usually set into putty, and it's not a round hole, it's a square hole, and any movement left to right of that tap will cause a splitting of the sink right the way across, and that's the end of the sink, I'm afraid. Now there are some people out there who would give you the advice of using something like this, which is a spanner, obviously, the sort of spanner you'd use, and something to extend over here, either a tube or maybe a box spanner, something like that, which you'd put over there, and then put your spanner on and try to counter hole this with something like that. Not recommended whatsoever, and I'm going to show you why. There are two types of thread. The first type is this, which is 1/2 inch BSP tapered thread. Now that is designed to go into a fitting like that, and it screws in, and if you can see, the thread is tapered, so it goes in. As it gradually screws in, it tightens up slowly. Now the same will be applied when you unscrew it. It will unscrew slowly, getting easier and easier and easier. They rely on tape on the threads, which will screw in and cause a seal. Now the other type of thread, which is on the vast majority of taps, is that type. This is actually out of the matching tap to this. Now that is a parallel thread. Now how these work, they don't seal on tape on the threads. They have a washer, some sort of washer at the bottom here. And the difference is with these is they screw in and also they come to a dead stop, and then you tighten it up slowly a little bit, and then it'll tighten up. The problem is when you're trying to undo it, when you're putting pressure on here, this is the problem. This is the problem of using this type of thing, is it will snap or jolt open very quickly, and it's impossible to control that. And what will happen is, because you're pulling that way or that way, that tap will move, and then you're going to get the damage that I mentioned earlier. Now what I'm going to do with this one is, I can guarantee that this tap is a genuine tap. I've not undone it yet. It's been used, it's been in existence, it's obviously, I don't know, 15-20 years old or whatever. I'm going to actually try and use these tools to undo that. Now like I say, I put a little marker on here, hope you can see it, where if that tap moves in its hole and it rotates around, you'll see it there. Now like I say, I'm going to try and undo this. I don't know if it will undo or not. I'm going to put a fair amount of pressure using these tools, which other people recommend to use. So I'll select that over there, which kind of gives me some kind of hold in it, and then I'll put the spanner in there. I'm going to pull now as hard as I can. I'm using a lot of force here. Try again. Now you see what happened there? That slipped off and caused the tap to rotate, completely rotate. Now you would be guaranteed damage there. That was unbelievable. Now I'm going to show you, I'm a bit out of breath because I was pulling really hard on that. I'm going to push the tap back how it was and put the little marker back there. So this actually isn't connected. It's just a display sort of stand to show you what's what. But I'm going to show you now the alternative, which is this thing here, this kit here. It's called the EasyTapsplitter. Now inside you get all the components, which I'm going to show you in a second, to undo that tap with total ease. Spanner, sleeve, pull bar, inserts, posi-bite bit, full set of instructions there inside the lid, and a floating set with very detailed instructions of what to do. So that's the EasyTapsplitter kit. I'm going to show you now how this works. First of all, select the right size insert. Now that's quite a large nut there, so we're going to use the larger one. That just fits absolutely perfectly on there. The next thing, place the spanner over the nut. That's that. The next thing we do is, sorry, I just dropped something there, is place the spout sleeve. This has actually got a rubber liner in it which protects your delicate chrome in there, you see, and it fits. That fits very nicely onto there. Now I can guarantee that this tap has not been undone ever, as far as I know anyway. And then you get the pull bar, which is this. Place it over the end of the spanner and over the spout sleeve. So I'm still out of breath and pulling before. Now, as you can see what's happening now, we've got the spanner over the nut, we've got the sleeve over the spout, and we're going to pull between the spanner and the spout using this pull bar. So all you do, you get the adjusting spanner in the kit, you tighten that up, you can even use your finger, watch, a bit tight already. So just tighten it up like that. See, it'll slightly pull this off centre, but it doesn't matter. Pulling it, it's getting pretty tight. It's pretty tight, that knot. Unbelievable, it's cracked it without causing any torque or rotation on the tap itself. That's actually done it. It's simple as that. Absolutely fantastic. Just wind it up like that. It's so easy. It's so easy to use. There you go. That's fully done now. Just take your components off. Take that off. Take the sleeve off. Let's go back to this now. Just check it. Look at that. That's unbelievable. So this is, as far as I know, this is an old tap I've acquired from somewhere. It's never been out. I don't know what the washer's like in it or anything. See all the bits falling off there, 'cause it's not been off. It's genuinely not been off. The washer's not actually, well, it's not bad actually, the washer in that. But there you go. So there's the two choices of how to undo your tap headgear. You can either, you know, if you prefer, you can go for this method, which is a bit brutal and very out of date, or you can go for the up-to-date modern version, which is the EasyTapsplitter. Let you decide. Thanks very much for watching.